Well, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to information, guidance, education, and today is Sunday. Tomorrow will be Columbus Day in the United States and Thanksgiving Day in Canada, and yesterday, Shabbos, was the beginning of the news cycle of Torah readings. As you may know, during the course of a year, Jewish people read all 5 books of the Torah, but they're portioned out week by week, holiday by holiday. And during the course of the year, each portion, each parsha, is assigned to a certain day. The first parsha of the first book of Genesis, Parshas Breishis, which Breishis means in the beginning, Breshit, in the beginning. That was read yesterday. The entire book of Genesis is probably my favorite book of the Torah. It's amazing. I've read these chapters, probably 50, 60 times. And much more than that. And it always strikes me, every time I read it, every year when I read it, I see something different. I see something else that I didn't see before. And I think part of the answer is that every year, every time we read something, we are a slightly different person than we were the last time we read it or we studied it. And God speaks to us through the Torah, and He speaks to the person we are now. Last year, when I read Parshas Breishis, I was a different person. It spoke to the person I was then, and now it is speaking to the person I am now. Next year, it will be speaking to the person I am then. The Torah is alive. It is a living entity. And it's not a collection of dusty old stories and legends and myths from a certain Bronze Age people in the Middle East. This is a letter from God to us, initially to the Jewish people, but now it's open to everyone. Pick it up. Read it. Even if you think you know the creation story in the first chapter of the book of Genesis, and the first 2 chapters, the first 3 chapters, pick it up. Read it again. Allow the Torah to speak to the you that you are right now. The you that you are today. Not the one who was like 6, 7 years old when you heard the story of Adam and Eve and the creation. The person you are now. If you're lucky enough to have a Chumash with commentaries, how these passages have been elucidated over the years, it makes it all the richer. Taste and see that God is good. There's nothing like studying Torah. There really isn't. And every year at this time, we're reminded that it is a never-ending cycle, year after year, whether you're 14, or whether you're 30, or whether you're 90, or whether you're 120. Pick it up, read it, turn it over, come back in the future, read it again, study it, learn it. You will see things that you missed before, and it will speak to a different part of you each time. Embrace the experience. It's a marvelous thing. It is a marvelous thing that we have a God who speaks to us. I can't imagine what it must be like to live a life where you don't have a connection to the Creator, which is why I and the rest of us here at Emunah.com and so many other organizations encourage people, Jews, whether they're born Jews, Baalei Tshuva, converts, Bnei Noach, pick it up, read it, study it. It's not really like a book. You can't, well, you can, but you don't get as much out of it. You can't read it like a novel. It really should be studied and taken seriously. You will be a better person because of this. Parshas Breishis, the beginning of the Torah, the beginning of our study. But there's a medrash which says that there's a reason that the Torah, the first word in the Torah is Breishis, begins with the letter Bet, the second letter of the alphabet. And if I get this right, it goes, no matter how many times you read it over and over and over and over and over again, you still haven't even gotten to the first letter. That shouldn't discourage you. That should encourage you. Delve into it. Enjoy the many different layers of meanings, the subtleties, the hints, the various angles, the various facets of each chapter, of each paragraph, of each sentence, of each word, of each letter. It is so rich and it is so deep. Do not deny yourself this treat. It's so close. The Torah is at your fingertips. Now, more than any other time in history, don't let the chance pass you. Pick it up, read it, start again. If you're new, start for the first time. You will not regret it. Until next time, we'll be making more videos along this line. Until next time, on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.